The Constitution of the United States. Preamble. Purpose of the Constitution. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Goals of the Preamble. Preamble. Form a more perfect union. This means to create a nation in which the states work together. Establish justice. This means make laws and set up courts that are fair. Ensure domestic tranquility. This means to keep peace within the country. Provide for the common defense. This means safeguard the country against attack. Promote the general welfare. This means contribute to the happiness and well-being of all the people. Secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. This means to make sure future citizens remain free. Seven Principles of the Constitution. The framers of the Constitution constructed a new system of government. 7 principles supported their efforts. To picture how these principles work, imagine 7 building blocks. Together, they form the foundation of the United States Constitution. In the pages that follow, you will find the definitions and main ideas of the principles shown in the graphic below. United States Constitution. Popular sovereignty, republicanism, federalism, separation of powers, checks and balances, limited government, individual rights. Popular sovereignty. Who gives the government its power? We, the people of the United States, established this Constitution for the United States of America. These words from the preamble or introduction to the Constitution clearly spell out the source of government's power. The American form of government comes from a school of political thought called classical liberalism, which emphasizes freedom, democracy, and the importance of the individual. The Constitution rests on the idea of popular sovereignty, a government in which the people rule. As the nation changed and grew, popular sovereignty took on new meaning. A broader range of Americans shared in the power to govern themselves. Republicanism. How are people's views represented in government? The framers of the Constitution wanted the people to have a voice in government. Yet the framers also feared that public opinion might stand in the way of sound decision-making. To solve this problem, they looked to republicanism as a model of government. Republicanism is based on this belief. The people exercise their power by voting for their political representatives. According to the framers, these lawmakers played the key role in making a Republican government work. Article 4, Section 4 of the Constitution also calls for every state to have a Republican form of government. Civic republicanism is the idea that citizens stay informed about politics and participate in the process. Federalism. How is power shared? The framers wanted the states and the nation to become partners in governing. To build cooperation, the framers turned to federalism. Federalism is a system of government in which power is divided between a central government and smaller political units such as states. In the early years of the United States, federalism was closely related to dual sovereignty. The idea that the powers of the federal government and the states were clearly defined and each had exclusive power over their own spheres with little overlap. This view of federalism led to states' rights conflicts, which were contributing factors in the Civil War. The framers used federalism to structure the Constitution. The Constitution assigned certain powers to the national government. These are delegated powers. Powers kept by the states are reserved powers. Powers shared or exercised by the national and state governments are known as concurrent powers. Separation of powers. How is power divided? The framers were concerned that too much power might fall into the hands of a single group. To avoid this problem, they built the idea of separation of powers into the Constitution. This principle means the division of basic government roles into branches. No one branch is given all the power. Articles 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution detail how powers are split among the three branches. Separation of powers. United States Constitution. Article 1, Legislative Branch. Congress makes the laws. Article 2, Executive Branch. President enforces the laws. Article 3, Judicial Branch. Supreme Court interprets the law. Checks and balances. How was power evenly distributed? Baron de Montesquieu, an 18th century French thinker, wrote, "Power should be a check to power." His comment refers to the principle of checks and balances. Each branch of government can exercise checks or controls over the other branches. Though the branches of government are separate, they rely on one another to perform their work of government. The framers included a system of checks and balances in the Constitution to help make sure that the branches work together fairly. For example, only Congress can pass laws. Yet the President can check this power by refusing to sign a law into action. In turn, the Supreme Court can declare a law passed by Congress and signed by the President violates the Constitution. Limited government. How is abuse of power prevented? The framers restricted the power of government. Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution lists the powers denied to the Congress. Article 1, Section 10 forbids the states to take certain actions. The principle of limited government is also closely related to the rule of law. In the American government, everyone, citizens and powerful leaders alike, must obey the law. Individuals or groups cannot twist or bypass the law to serve their own interests. Individual rights. How are personal freedoms protected? The first 10 amendments to the Constitution shield people from an overly powerful government. These amendments are called the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights guarantees certain individual rights or personal liberties and privileges. For example, government cannot control what people write or say. People also have the right to meet peacefully and to ask the government to correct a problem. Later amendments to the Constitution also advance the cause of individual rights.